Consciousness, something that seems so obvious, holds secrets that could completely change how we understand the universe. Have you ever wondered if the human brain and the vast universe out there have anything in common? There was this incredible study that revealed a pretty eerie similarity between our neural networks and the structure of galaxies. Is it possible that the universe is also thinking, and we're just tiny little parts of a massive cosmic brain? In this video, we're going to dive into this mystery and explore the amazing parallels between the human brain and the structure of the cosmos. Our story starts in a cozy Italian pub one evening in 2016. Two old friends, Franco Vazza, a talented astrophysicist, and Alberto Folletti, a brilliant neurosurgeon, met again after years apart. In a relaxed and open atmosphere, they shared their latest discoveries in their respective fields. Vazza, totally passionate about the universe, talked about the large-scale structures of the cosmos, the network of galaxies, gas clouds, and dark matter stretching across billions of light-years. He described how matter in the universe is distributed in a really weird way, not randomly, but organized into filaments and nodes, creating a giant network that spans all of space. Folletti, listening intently, shared about the complexity of the human brain, the intricate network of neurons where billions of nerve cells connect, creating consciousness and thought. Amongst all their seemingly unrelated stories, a spark ignited. Vazza and Folletti asked themselves, what if we compared these two structures? On one hand, you've got this huge cosmic web, and on the other, the tiny neural network within our brains. Could there be some kind of hidden connection between these two? The idea of comparing the brain and the universe might sound crazy, but often the greatest discoveries come from those crazy ideas. Vazza and Folletti decided to get started on a meticulous statistical analysis. They compared the number of nodes, nerve cells in the brain, and galaxies in the universe, the level of connection between those nodes, and how they clump together. What they found was mind-blowing. At multiple levels, the brain and the cosmic network showed striking similarities. The distribution of matter in the cosmic web, on scales from 5 million to 500 million light-years, was remarkably similar to how nerve cells are organized in the brain, on scales from 1 micrometer to 0.1 millimeters. And it wasn't just the shapes, the similarities also appeared when analyzing the average number of connections per node and how the nodes formed clusters. The cosmic web had more in common with the structure of the brain than with individual galaxies or stars. Similarly, the nerve cells in the brain were more closely related to the cosmic web than to individual cells. These results were way more than just a coincidence. They suggested that there might be some kind of common organizing principle, a universal law governing the formation and evolution of complex systems regardless of their size. Could it be that the universe is copying the structure of the brain, or vice versa? The brain is copying the structure of the universe? When I think about these incredible similarities, I can't help but feel a sense of awe and profound curiosity. It's like looking at an abstract painting and suddenly realizing there's a much deeper meaning than what you initially saw. Could this be a hint that the universe isn't just a bunch of lifeless objects, but a living entity, a giant brain that's actually thinking? Are we, humans with our consciousness and thoughts, just some of the neurons of the universe? These questions might make us feel small, but they also bring a sense of wonder and hope. If the universe is conscious, maybe we're not alone in this vast cosmos. Maybe our consciousness is part of a greater consciousness, a consciousness that encompasses everything. The idea of a conscious universe, a living universe, isn't new. Philosophers, theologians, and even scientists have been talking about it for thousands of years. Plato, with his concept of anima mundi, the soul of the world, believed that the universe wasn't just a material entity, but a living being endowed with intelligence. This idea was expanded upon by later thinkers like Plotinus, Giordano Bruno, and Baruch Spinoza, who all believed that consciousness was a fundamental property of the universe, existing in all matter, from the tiniest subatomic particles to the largest galaxies. They were proponents of panpsychism, a theory that suggests everything has consciousness to some degree. In a society where materialism, with the view that consciousness is only a byproduct of brain activity, is dominant, panpsychism might seem like a romantic and unsupported idea. One of the most successful scientific theories of the 20th century, quantum physics, has shaken the foundations of classical physics, presenting a completely new view of the microscopic world. According to quantum physics, subatomic particles don't exist in a definite state until we observe them. The act of observation, in a way, forces the particles to choose a specific state. This leads to a puzzling question. Does the consciousness of the observer play a role in this process? Some physicists, including Eugene Wigner and John von Neumann, have suggested that consciousness is the very thing that causes the collapse of the wave function, a central concept in quantum mechanics that describes the transition from quantum superposition to a definite state. This view, of course, has caused a lot of debate in the scientific community, but it has opened a door for us to think about the mysterious connection between consciousness and reality, about the role of the observer in shaping the world we experience. To better understand the link between consciousness and the universe, we need to talk about the idea of a universal wave function. According to some physicists, the entire universe can be described by a single wave function, a giant wave function that encompasses everything, from the smallest subatomic particles to the largest galaxies. This wave function, theoretically, contains all the information about the universe, including the position, momentum, and state of every particle in the universe. It also describes the evolution of the universe over time and the interactions between the particles. What's interesting is that the universal wave function isn't static, but is dynamic, constantly changing and evolving. And according to some physicists, our consciousness might influence this evolution. Hugh Everett III, in his famous many worlds interpretation theory, proposed that each time we make a quantum measurement, the universe splits into multiple parallel universes, each corresponding to a possible outcome of the measurement. According to Everett, our consciousness somehow chooses one of those parallel universes to experience. To dig deeper into the link between consciousness and the universe, we need to look at the role of information. In recent years, more and more scientists are recognizing that information might be a fundamental aspect of reality, even more fundamental than matter and energy. John Archibald Wheeler, a renowned theoretical physicist, coined the phrase "it from bit" to summarize this idea. According to Wheeler, everything in the universe, from subatomic particles to galaxies, can be considered information. And it's this information, not matter or energy, that is the foundation of reality. But what is information? According to Gregory Bateson, information is a difference that makes a difference. In other words, information is change, fluctuation, non-uniformity. If there were no differences, if everything was the same, there would be no information. And for information to be meaningful, it has to be decoded, interpreted by a conscious entity. For example, a sequence of zeros and ones for a computer could be a program, an image, or a song. But for someone who knows nothing about computers, that sequence is just a meaningless string of numbers. So, could it be that consciousness is the thing that turns information into meaning? Is consciousness the decoder of the universe, the entity that turns quantum fluctuations, the ups and downs of the universal wave function, into the reality that we experience? The concept of meaning is tightly linked to consciousness. We, conscious beings, are always looking for meaning in everything, from the little things in our daily lives to the big questions about the existence of the universe. But what is meaning, and where does it come from? From a traditional materialist perspective, meaning is just a byproduct of brain activity, an illusion created by the brain to help us survive and reproduce. But if consciousness is a fundamental property of the universe, if the universe is a giant brain, what then? Could meaning be something deeper, something inherent in the structure of reality? Let's think about a dream. In a dream, we experience a world that's completely created by our consciousness. Everything in the dream, from the images and sounds to the emotions, is a product of consciousness. But when we wake up, we realize that the dream world was just an illusion, not real. So, could it be that the world we're experiencing is also a dream of the universe? Could the meaning we assign to things also be an illusion, a product of a larger consciousness, a consciousness that encompasses everything? Going back to Vaza and Folletti's discovery, the similarity between the neural network in the human brain and the cosmic web is more than just coincidence. It suggests there might be common organizing principles, universal laws governing the formation and evolution of complex systems, no matter their scale. Neuroscience has discovered the incredible complexity of the brain, with 86 billion neurons connecting in an intricate structure. This neural network isn't a static structure, but is dynamic, constantly changing and adapting. The connections between the neurons can be strengthened or weakened based on their activity, a process called neuroplasticity. So, what if we apply these principles to the universe? What if we think of the universe as a giant neural network where the galaxies are like neurons and the filaments of dark matter are like synapses? Astronomical observations show that galaxies aren't randomly distributed, but are arranged into filament-like structures, forming a cosmic web. These filaments, made of dark matter and gas, connect the galaxies, creating huge bridges of matter. The similarity between the neural network in the human brain and the cosmic web brings up an intriguing question. Could it be that universal laws of nature have created this repetition? Or is there something deeper, a common organizing principle that governs the formation and evolution of complex systems, regardless of their scale? The journey of discovery into the connection between consciousness and the universe, between the brain and the cosmic web, has just begun. We still have so many unanswered questions. Is consciousness truly a fundamental property of the universe? Is the universe really a giant brain? Is information the foundation of reality? These questions aren't just scientific questions, they are philosophical, questions about the nature of existence, about the meaning of life, and our place in the vast cosmos. But whatever the answers may be, this journey has already given us a new view, a deeper understanding of the world around us. It's shown us that we're not just small, lonely creatures in a lifeless universe, but are part of something bigger, something that might be conscious, have meaning, and have purpose. The journey of exploring consciousness in the universe is a continuous evolution, constantly challenging our assumptions, broadening our horizons, and embracing the infinite possibilities the vast space of the universe brings. It reminds us of the mysteries of existence and consciousness, in which each of us has the opportunity to explore not only the universe outside, but also the universe inside ourselves. Maybe consciousness isn't just an emergent phenomenon, but something that's always there, present deep within everyone and surrounding all matter. And maybe humanity's journey in the information age has just begun. With love, passion, curiosity, and courage, we can use our most powerful tool to explore the meaning and nature of the universe, our consciousness. Thanks for watching. Remember, the journey of exploring the consciousness of the universe will continue. Keep an open mind, a curious intellect, and a brave heart to continue this amazing journey. Who knows, maybe you, in some moment, will be the one to find the answer to creation's biggest mystery. And please subscribe to the channel so we can continue on these journeys together, exploring the mysteries of the universe and ourselves. Goodbye, and see you next time.